Preparing live stream. Let's see. See it as yet. Am I on? Oh yeah, I can see it now. Preparing live stream. See. Perfect. Okay, so hello, everyone, once again. And let me say a few hellos to everybody that I might have missed out on. So, hi Manju, and hi Surinder ji, and hi Gurmeet, and hi Sana, and Preeti, and Anju, and Tanu. Hello, everybody. Hi Ranjana, hi Snehal, hi Vishali, and to everybody else. I think I already said hello, but hello to everyone that I might have missed out on. And so, a very warm welcome to today's webinar. And today's webinar, I thought I've covered it a few hundred times, but here we are again. And the webinar is all about addiction. Addiction. So today, first we are going to focus on the word itself and then what I understand about addiction. And then what you understand about addiction is going to be processed through my understanding. Yeah, that's what I hope for. And then also that, whenever we are in a situation when we feel that this addiction is so harmful, what to do now, how to change myself, I'm so stuck in this situation, how to understand that as well. And of course, if we have any questions remaining, then all the people who have asked for this will ask me for the questions, and then we will have some more clarity, hopefully some more clarity, and not so much more confusion. If confusion happens, then you know what to do. Release the frequency of confusion and the clarity will come. That's how everything in energies is done. So let's begin with the topic of confusion. And I already see something. We are addicted to the Saturday webinars. I was just going to start from that only. I was just going to start from that, saying it's not just alcohol and cigarettes and drugs and everything. So many people tell me, Arey, you're not having a webinar on Saturday. What will I do on Saturday now? I was like, whatever you used to do earlier when you didn't have these webinars, what did you do with your Saturdays? Saturdays did exist, and so did this time. So what did you do? But that's how addiction looks like, that you don't know what to do with yourself when you are not with that thing that you are addicted to. You feel so lost, you feel incomplete, you feel confused, you feel like life is incomplete, etc., etc. Those are all properties of being addicted. So the word addiction itself, firstly, we just begin with the word. When you hear the word addiction, what does it create in you? You might say fear, but that's not the first time that it happened, right? Why did you get hooked onto something? Why did you get hooked onto cigarettes? Why did you get hooked onto some drug? Because it wasn't fear, it was thrill. It was actually thrill. Why did you start drinking? Thrill. And it gives you a good feeling. It makes you feel happy. It makes you feel like you're flying, etc., etc. Whatever might those things be that you associate with that which you are today calling yourself addicted to. But at least initially, when you started out with that, the part that appealed to you was the thrill. It was an adventure. You enjoyed it. You enjoyed it. What was the frequency? The frequency was of enjoyment. It wasn't a heavy frequency. And by heavy frequency, I mean, everything is just a frequency. You've heard me say 100 times, but many times you will qualify sadness or fear as a heavy frequency. So just taking off from your parlance and calling it a heavy frequency. According to me, fear is a frequency and love is a frequency too. So both of them are sitting on a frequency scale, and me, the one with the remote control, can do tick, 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 tick to whatever I want to be. And that is the place I understand from the energy. But when you think of addiction today, you might be sitting in this heavy frequency of fear. How will I get through with it? And it's harming me and it's harming my family and it's making me it's making me nervous, and I get so fidgety, and I can't stay away from it, and I can't stay with it. What are you feeling? Helpless. Now you are in the clutches of your addiction. And so, how does it make you feel when you are in the clutches of something, someone? It makes you feel claustrophobic. It makes you feel helpless. It makes you feel like you cannot operate from your choice. Something else is ruling you. It's ruling you, it's ruling your body, it's ruling your thoughts, it's ruling you, the whole of you. And so you feel powerless in front of your addiction now that the thrill has gone away and given way to this other frequency, which we call fear. And from fear, you will try to quit it. And then you'll feel so helpless that you can't quit it and you don't know what to do and where to go. And so, can you understand? Frequency is powerlessness, helplessness, along with fear. That's the frequency when you look at the word addiction, and it's no longer giving you the thrill. So when people come to me and they say, we want to get out of our addiction, and I'm like, why? Arey, it was giving you so much thrill. What's wrong with you now? Why aren't you getting so thrilled? No, now I figured out it's really bad for my body. And it's really harmful. And, smoking kills, and this kills, and that kills. I laugh, because when you got to go, you will go. From primary smoke, from secondary smoke, from pollution, from something, your body will say, okay, I shut down now. And then you will go. So die you will. Today, tomorrow, who knows when, but die you will. So smoking kills. Yeah, just from that perspective, oh my God, even breathing kills. Because I'm breathing, and this will kill me one day. Can you see how ridiculous it is that we are worried about dying from a certain thing, but to understand that we are going to die in any case? We are. And something will become the reason for our death. If you are coming from the space of simply the body, listening to me is going to shock you and anger you and frustrate you. What do you mean? My brother is killing himself, drinking himself to death, and you are saying it's okay? You are saying it's not a problem? You are saying that it is okay to be drinking and the whole family has to suffer? Well, here it is. As your brother is drinking, and as your brother is sitting in that situation where he is killing himself through this alcohol, or you think that he's killing himself through the alcohol, I will only ask one question. What are you feeling? Not the brother, not the family, nobody else, but what are you feeling? Because it is your frequency at play when you are feeling something while the brother is drinking. Or you get to hear that, okay, he's drinking even more. You are the one who has got to look within at your frequency. That's all it is. So when brother is drinking, oh my God, I'm feeling so sad and frustrated and helpless. Guess what? With the addiction, he might be feeling helpless or not. But while looking at the addiction, simply looking at it, you are feeling helplessness for somebody else. That for somebody else, that extra phrase is simply the actor. You are feeling helpless. Means you are tuned into your frequencies of helplessness. And when you are able to release this fear, what will happen to him? What will happen to my family? He's not behaving responsibly. He's doing this. He's not doing that. Whatever you are sitting in, recognize your frequency and not try and figure out the ways to reform your brother. This is the energy way of looking at things. As families go, every family is a mix of all kinds of frequencies. So even in my family, there was a time when I was only looking to reform my brother. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't do any of this. But whatever he was doing, I wanted to reform him from there. And I would tell him not to, please, you cannot be doing this. This is not the way we live. You're going to make your life hell. You're going to make this hell, that hell. Till the time I came to this path of awareness, every single day, I only had choo, 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 choo to do to my brother. And as I was doing this, and once this path started, and I said, oh my God. And by the way, I had done so much choo choo that the fellow had stopped talking to me. He was not interested in talking to me. He was very happy where he was. He was very happy doing things. And as a matter of fact, he said, I was the one who was ruining his life by telling him to reform. Yes, that's how it goes. When somebody is addicted to whatever, and you go and give them gyan, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. The next thing you know, they don't want to talk to you. Yeah. Why? Because you are the one with your energies going and overloading, superimposing your energies of worry and fear on them. They don't want to be associated with you. They want to be associated with the fun that their addiction is bringing to them. But you are over here giving them a gyan on health and how much that matters. So this is when you look at the word addiction itself and you have emotions. That's what we looked into. Because the word addiction is all about something else having power over you. So fear unlimited is what you are coming from when you look at the word addiction and it becomes a trigger for you. You are the one going through addiction. If you are the one going through addiction and from thrill, your place has moved to this, and now you come to me asking, what should I do? Yeah. Firstly, I say, release all that you hold against the word addiction. Just release the meaning of addiction itself, because you've come to me and you've come to totally the wrong person, because there's nobody as addicted as me. I am totally addicted. And I can't even tell you how many things I'm addicted to. I'm addicted to air. Cannot live without it. For a moment, I cannot live without it. I stop to breathe and then there it is. I need to take. It's that drug. I need to take it. Even the next minute, I can't even hold my nose, hold my mouth. Okay, I won't breathe. No, no. Body revolts. And it will make me breathe. Doesn't let me not breathe. So I'm totally addicted to air. What do you think about that? Yeah, didn't think of addiction that way, right? Then, wait, the list doesn't end here. I'm even addicted to food. 3 times in a day. Oh my God, sometimes not even 3. 10 times in a day, I will be hovering around the kitchen and looking for my drug for the moment. Yeah. And something, maybe sometimes it'll be a snack, maybe sometimes it'll be something, but I need that drug, which I call food. And I give it different names, just like I don't even know what the names of drugs are, but just for fun, my drugs are breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Lethal drugs they are. If I don't eat them, if I don't consume those drugs, I think I will die. There goes all the fun stuff about addiction when you start to understand that if you think that just because you can't stay without something is where addiction sits, there are so many things: water, food, air, all the things that we can't live without. But do we call these things as addiction? No, we don't. These are fine. To be had 5 times in a day, these are fine. And we refine them and define them as to how we should have them and what should we do. And we create enough fear even about food, just as we create about drugs. We create enough fear about food too. But again and again, I only bring people to the understanding that we are addicted to these, just that we don't think of it in that way. Nobody tells us, no, no, don't be addicted to air. You should stop breathing. This is not good. You can't be having it every day. Can't. Nobody says that, because it is a necessity. So if your addicted stuff has become a necessity for you, firstly, let go of, again, now this, oh, it's necessity for me. I cannot change. Let go of this. It's okay. There are so many places where you're addicted and you're not even looking to change. So let this also be one of those places. Don't run after change. Because the minute you are running after something, no matter what it is, people run after creating wealth, people run after finding a partner, people run after things. Yeah, material things, immaterial things. And then people run after, not having this. And people run after being able to share this. And this would be your case if you're sitting in an addiction, that now you are running after letting go of something. Letting go cannot come from running after, from being so even. So many people through their willpower and all of that undergo a drastic change, and they will release whatever they are addicted to. That actor will get released. Let us say they're addicted to 20 smokes a day. And then they might come into guilt that, oh my God, I'm putting my family through so much. And now I need to release this. They are unaware that guilt is where they are operating from. So even as they release their addiction to something, they are still sitting in guilt and doing it. Now that we understand energy, if you are doing something from guilt, what is it that you are doing? You're growing the guilt. And as you are growing the guilt, it might not. You might do the best thing and be able to quit your addiction and all of that. But is the guilt gone from your system? No, no. You managed to grow it. And so if you are feeling guilty of, oh, how much trouble I'm putting my family through, and from that space, oh, I need to change. The need to change. Now you are running after change. So without running after something, simply sitting in that place and saying, from which frequency, from which energy am I wanting to create this change? Even when, not just for an addiction, but whenever people come for anything, I need to let go of my anger. I need to change myself, and I need to let go of my anger. Put it mildly or something. Yeah, okay, fine. You're addicted to your anger. But you cannot let go of your anger till the time you are sitting and blaming yourself. Till the time you are sitting in this space, no, this is not good. I must let it go because it is not good. Now you haven't accepted a part of yourself. And it is the same thing even with your addicted self. There is a self of yours which wants to let go of an addiction, but there's a self of you who's completely addicted. I just called out that self of yours, which is addicted to air, food, water. And when you say, I want to let go of addiction, in a very, very narrow way, you're actually unaccepting of a very large part of you. The part of you that is completely addicted to so many things. People are addicted to so many things. People are addicted to good things in life. People are addicted to the air conditioning. People are addicted to a certain kind of a bed. People are addicted to sleeping on a certain side of the bed. And you can just call everything an addiction, but it doesn't create that same kind of. Somebody says Ludo, yeah. We are addicted to that would be me. Recently, I've discovered this online Ludo, and whenever I find the time, I need to play that Ludo. Oh my God, every evening I need to play that Ludo. So yeah, or card games. So, but we don't look at it so seriously, except at those things where we have attributed, this is going to kill me. Now we are suddenly very, very serious about letting go of that stuff, and we run after that. But we run after that with all the helplessness, with all the powerlessness, and then also with this added guilt and fear. So these are the frequencies that you're playing in when you are looking at simply the word addiction and not being able to laugh at the word addiction. And I always say, okay, if this is the frequency, simply look at every frequency. It's just a trigger. This too, addiction is just a trigger. The word is a trigger. The word has become a trigger for you to bring you to these 4 frequencies. So what will you do now? Every time you wish to quit, you will be looking at from which frequency I'm wanting to operate right now. Largely from fear or from guilt. Okay, then firstly, release that fear, release that guilt, and then look at that piece of addiction. It might still call out to you, and who knows, it might not call out to you. Somebody came to me a long time ago and said, I think I need to quit drinking. So, normal people that you would go to, they would say, yeah, that's a very good thought. You must. And my only question was, why? Why do you need to quit drinking? Why? And he says, no, no, I'm almost drinking every single day. And I'm drinking, 2 or 3 drinks or something, something. And then what should I do? I mean, this is going to be bad for me. And this is bad for my health and all of that. I said, when you are drinking in that moment, where are you coming from? Are you coming from sadness that, oh, some people will drink gum bulane ke liye pee raha hu or something to forget my worries, to forget my sadness, I am drinking. By the way, no sadness gets forgotten because it's a frequency and you can change it, but they are not changing it because they're unaware. All right, fine then. So is that the space? He says, no, no, I love my drinks. I said, okay, till the time you love your drinks, then the only thing that you got to look at is right now, why are you wanting to quit it? A, fear of your health, and B, guilt. You actually have to simply release and enjoy. That fellow called me a few months later saying, you are responsible for my extra drinking. And I'm like, yes, I am responsible for your extra masti. Because you said to me that the masti is the one that comes to you when you drink, and every time you're drinking, you enjoy your drink and all of that. Yes, I am responsible for your extra masti. And if masti is going to be the reason for your death, well, isn't it the best reason? Because we would die from sadness and sometimes from cancer and sometimes from some other disease. We're all going to die. And sometimes even from an accident or whatever, but we are all going to die. But then can you imagine we are going to die from masti? Doesn't get better than that, according to me at least. So that is the place where I come from, that go doing things that you enjoy. But mind you, you started from thrill and it has only changed over the years, and now you find bad things in it. Yeah. So if you are continuing to drink, but each time after your drink or after something, if you stop and you're like, oh God, I shouldn't have done that. The work is not to continue to drink. The work is really, really within. To be able to look at the word addiction, should have, should not have. This is harmful for me. This is a program, a belief that has now become a non-serving program, a belief that this is harmful for me. In so many different things. It's homeopathy medicine for one, and many other different medications as well. You actually use, sometimes you use poison, small parts of poison. For example, yeah, in homeopathy, there is some parts of, I don't know what that poison is, but there is a very, very tiny
Snake.
snake
Snake.
poison. Yeah? Okay, so thank you. So snake poison, but it is used for medicine. But when you take a homeopathy medicine, you don't think of it, right? Like, oh my God, this is poison. This is harmful for me. You don't think that way, and your system reacts positively to a medicine because you don't think that way. When you think about some other medicine, and now you figured out that, those steroids are bad for you. And now the doctor has prescribed you 100 medicines. This medicine should go on forever. And this has steroids in it. And now you're like, oh my God, no, steroids. I will be addicted to those steroids. And then it's bad for me. Can you see that where your mind has put something as a good thing, that's the way the body behaves. And when your program as this is harmful for me, then you will start to see the harmful effects of that which you consider harmful. And that is why this particular addiction, I discussed even in my previous webinar on food, because we just talked about it, how food is simply one of the greatest addictions that we have. And not just sweets. People say, oh, I'm addicted to sweets. I'll just tell you, you're addicted to all-time food. You're having food thrice in a day, 5 times in a day. It's not just sweets. But why would you put the word on sweets? Because now it's bad for you. And so the association with that word addiction, whereas food, salads, oh, they're so good for you. But it is because you think they are good for you that they are good for you. And when you think, and many people, oh, I can't have this salad because I don't know what it was washed in. I be one of those people when I moved to India and I was completely unaware. oh, salad is all raw, and I don't know where the vegetables in India have come from and where they are going to. I shouldn't be eating. I should be washing them in this and in that. All of the washing in 5 different kinds of things that was done from fear. And what would happen to me at that time? The stomach was so weak. Would eat out a few times and the stomach is gone. From whatever I ate? No. From the program that I have, that this food can be good and this food can be bad. From the program that I have, that program is going to act up at any point in time. So when people tell me, oh, I had food outside and now, I got a stomach upset, I simply remind them, please take a look into your programs about food. I don't tell them, oh, you shouldn't eat outside and you should be more healthy and you should be more careful where you eat and you shouldn't be eating at the chartwala on the corner. We don't know when last time he washed his hands, etc., etc. No, I simply remind you, take a look into your energies of fear and be able to release them, because those programs, those non-serving programs, that this thing is not good for me, is what is actually making it bad for you. So what is it that I suggest? What is it that I recommend? When something is coming to you, simply look at it. If it's puris and chole bhature today, then take a look at it. And instead of trying to eat it from this, oh God, this is so many calories. Oh my God, I wish I wasn't eating this. I wish they hadn't made chole bhature for lunch today. Instead of that, whatever comes to me is Amrit. It's not poison. I have a choice of thinking it's poison, or I have a choice of thinking it's love. It's Amrit. And so, with your conscious awareness, each time that you eat, or each time, now taking it back to not just food as the addiction, but whatever it is that you think you are doing. Sometimes addiction is not about consuming something. It's just a part of a habit. Like, you're habituated to doing something and it'll happen on its own. Again, for example, I will tell you a very, very extreme example. So one person called me and she was like, I don't know what to do with myself. Every evening without fail, I've got sleeping pills in my hand. And I don't know, I know it's not good for me and I'm trying to avoid it. But I don't know what else to do. This is by force. My body is not listening to me. And I simply am drawn to that, saying, I should end my life. I should end my life. I should not be living anymore. This is not worth it. This is not worth that. Very, very deeply. Again, the work is always in the energies, right? So the sense of purposelessness of life has become so deep that the only thing that your energy wants to do is, this life is not worth it. So let's finish it off. But what is that energy? Where is that energy also coming from and taking you? It is simply from a place of deep despair. Desperation, deep despair, desperation, and finding your whole life as purposeless, seeking a purpose to it. I have many different webinars on purposefulness, purposelessness. Please do go through them and they will explain to you that in every moment that we sit in any frequency, the work is already being done for the energy. The energy is the boss and we are the experiencer. In this place as well, when I sit with those pills every single day, who's the boss? The energy of desperation, the energy of purposelessness. And through these very thoughts, I should kill my life, already more desperation is being formed. Can you actually imagine your purpose is being fulfilled in that moment? Because the purpose of purposelessness energy is to make you feel purposeless. The purpose of purposelessness energy is to make you feel purposeless. So when you feel purposeless, the purpose of our energy sorted. We're very purposeful in that moment that we are so purposeless. I hope all of you have understood this because when you say, how come you say the most weirdest of things and they still make sense to us? Because you're now looking at it from the energy place, not from the body place, not from seeking a purpose. I'm only laughing at my whole sentence over here. But you understand that the energy is constantly, even if you kill yourself today, till that last moment, that energy of desperation is actually meeting its purpose. Your role here in this body is to simply keep creating more of the same, more of the same. It's only when we become aware that now we can decide more of what, more of which same. We have all the frequencies. Which one are we going to now play in? That can only become a choice in awareness. But even for that awareness, when it comes in and you become aware of some of your programs which are leading you towards desperation, despair, sadness, all of that, the first thing to do would be to look at it as it's just a frequency. It's just a frequency. It cannot be, oh my God, now what to do, where to find purpose. Those questions will keep you in the body. And the answers are never in the body. The answers are always going to find themselves only in the frequency of Mahendra ji. Let me quiet Mahendra ji. Okay, that's fine. So fun. So answers are always only going to lead you to your own energy, and your own energy is the only answer. That is the place from where you can shift. If you're seeking purpose in something outside and being somebody, you can be anybody. You can be the king of the planet. And yet, when you sit as the king of the planet, you'll be like, yeah, but Earth is such a small planet. I'm not the king of the universe. So you'll always find something to feel purposeless about. And so the job is not to find something to be purposeful, but the look at the energy itself. Okay, what energy am I playing in when I feel so purposeless? The energy of purposelessness, desperation, despair, feeling so useless in life, sadness, guilt, all of those stuff. Release, that's all. So again, when your addiction is towards something this crazy, that every day this woman was sitting and she said, I cannot stop myself. Okay. And I said, not in that moment, because you can't stop yourself, then you might as well take the pills and be done with it, right? What else to do? But there's the entire day. Even when people come to me saying, I have a bipolar, and I say, stop naming your conditions, because that makes you sit in that space saying, this is my energy. But you are a mixed pot of energy with choices and choices to make. And so many people have come to me with all of these conditions, schizo and bipolar and all of that. But when they begin to do the energy work on themselves, it's amazing how quickly they are able to become aware of their energy that is creating those outside, what is it called? Symptoms, those outside symptoms in them. So don't be afraid of the symptoms. However, when the symptoms are happening in their full glory, can you do something at that point in time? No, it's impossible. In that moment, when your frequency of despair is playing out to that extent, you cannot be looking at awareness and saying, okay, I should be aware now. It won't happen. The energy has taken over and you allow it to do so. But there will be time during the day. There will be time 2 weeks later when you can look at everything at the back, like, okay, it's gone by, that entire episode has happened, and now we are moved forward from that episode. The episode has happened, but the energy still there. So that is why even when an episode of something happens, please go back over there into that space. And I have many a times, meditated and shown you and taken you to places in many different meditations that go back to the place and clear the energy from there. So if an episode of bipolar has happened and you're in a manic state and everything, and then you're like, oh, thank God it is over. It's not over yet, because it's going to come up again, because the energy is still there. And depression, so many people come to me in depression, and then I say, not when you're in depression. While you're in depression and you know that this is depression right now, firstly, bring yourself to a place of comfort. If the doctor has prescribed medicines, please take them. Do that. Be with that space. Bring yourself to where you feel comfortable. Your body needs to feel comfortable. So, firstly, that. And because the energy work is something that can be done simultaneously at all times, at any time. So you can continue whenever you feel that you can look towards the energy. Ask yourself the question, what am I feeling? You might be feeling sad, you might be feeling guilty, but don't name your condition. Name your frequency. Don't name your condition because the condition doesn't belong to you. It's a play of frequencies. Bipolar happens when so many frequencies of intensities, which are very, very high intensity, high frequencies, no, not high frequency, high intensity, they play out. When they are playing out all together, you experience these symptoms. And why are they playing out together? They are frequencies in your energy field. So when you've gone through that entire episode and you have some time that you can breathe, now look at your frequencies and release. No, I don't even want to go there. It is so bad. I'm fearful that it might happen again. Firstly, then, release the fear. Release the fear of the frequency. Release the frequency of fear for your condition. You're not just depressed, you're even depressed and sad and fearful of your depression. So release the fear as well. So similarly, when you come to addiction also, simply firstly look at the word and release the fear of the word. Don't describe it as a condition that you have. I am addicted to. That makes you stationary in that space. No, you're simply a frequency. And when that addiction shows up, you tune into a certain frequency. That's how it is. That the addiction is a trigger for you to tune into a certain frequency. All right, then, let's look at the frequency and begin to change it, release it. It's that simple. All that you do into the candle, it's the same thing that you do again. Doesn't require another degree or another 4-year course or another expect miracles. No. We're done with that only. Everything we gave in the first time. So, except that the layers keep getting deeper and words will keep coming up. And that's all that I do in these sessions, that every time that a word comes up, I'll just simply take the word, analyze it. For example, even purposefulness. Take the word and analyze. Purposeful. What the hell? Yeah, but analyze it from the place of energy. And then, I need to be purposeful. No, you already are. When you look from the energy space, you already are. I need to be productive. No, you're both. You're productive and completely lazy. Now, all you have to do is come into the acceptance of your state. So even here, first step over here, as you clear your energies of fear for your addictions, your first step is to accept that you are addicted and you are unaddicted too. That is how. You are addicted to air and food and maybe something else. And you are not addicted. You're not addicted to that, the fellow who comes to clean your house. So you're not addicted to that. So it works in both ways. And you are both. So acceptance of your full self. And then to look at the word addiction and look at all the judgments you hold for this word itself. To look at the frequencies and then to be able to shift out of those frequencies. When we come to a non-serving program, the only way to break that non-serving program is to go into the extreme, because you made an extreme program. Oh, this is so poisonous for me. This will kill me. With this or without this, die you will. No, this will kill me. This is the bad thing that is happening to me. So you've created this one extreme of non-serving program and go to the other extreme, whatever it is. Oh, this is giving me a new life, and I'm living life every single day. Whatever is the program that makes you walk away from that fear of that substance. Yeah. So everything that touches my body, that everything that goes in, I cleared my fears of food by simply saying all that goes into my body is Amrit. And then if anything doesn't suit my body is so intelligent. It just simply throws that out. Because otherwise, I'm like, oh my God, my body is so stupid. It keeps going toward that which is not good for it. And I'm like, no, no, my body is so intelligent. My body is so tuned into the universal intelligence. So, whatever this is, now I start to create the opposite extreme of those programs. And whenever this program comes to mind, through awareness, I go and sit on that. Through awareness, meaning what? I will release my fears of that program and then move to the opposite side of the program. And I will do this again and again, this time through awareness. Because in awareness, so quickly, we can surrender everything to money. We can have faith in the universe. So beautifully, so quickly, we can shift the frequency to menal frequency. So far about addiction and dealing with addiction. Any other questions regarding addiction? Any parts that I haven't covered? Please speak and we can do that.
Thank you, Meena. I'm feeling very conflicted. This is the first time now. I've been, I think I did the course in April. This is one I'm feeling extremely conflicted. On my side, my addictions are maybe hasne wali baat hai. Haldiram Lal Lachha is my addiction. And I mean, I have to have a packet every night, and it's very specific, which is after dinner, because up until dinner, I'm very measured in terms of what I eat. But it's after dinner and before going to bed, I have to have one packet of lacha, and then it is developing physiological. Pet kharab ho jata hai.
Of
Of course,
course, I already answered that for you, right? Kyun
yeah.
kharab ho jata hai? Because as it is going in you, you're like, oh my God, this is my addiction and it's
Hmm.
good for me. It's not good for me. And so the next time you have anything, I am going to laugh at Haldiram Lacha. And I'm also
I've
going
had
to
a
this.
hypnotherapy, many times hypnotherapy also for it.
I will,
It comes
so
and
cute.
goes.
Yeah. So cute. So I'll tell you this. Fear of something. So for you, it was this. And for me, it was fried food.
Hmm.
Okay, any fried food. That was my story. So for 15 years, okay, and this is all unaware years, right? For the time that I was a banker and then I had a certain body measure and I wanted to prescribe to that body measure and all of that stuff. So I stayed away from fried food. In my house, there was no fried food. There was
Hmm.
no paratha, there was no puri, there was no anything. No kofte ki sabzi. I had learned how to make kofte from the little idiyappams that you have.
Dumplings.
Yeah. And then I would make kofte from there and it would be completely fine. And that is what I would, no fried food in me. Then
Hmm.
when this path of mine started in about the third year, I think it was third year or fourth year, when money started for me to work on my food programs. No, this wasn't the third year. This is probably the seventh or the eighth year when money started for me to work on my food programs. Every night, in the middle of the night, at midnight or something, I would get a craving for Bikaner wale ka bhujia. Okay, the Bikaneri bhujia.
Yeah.
And the first time that it happened, then I was like, I tried to reason it out and I had my, you know, bhel, which is non-fried.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it didn't work. It didn't
Yeah.
work because now money is on it. So in the middle of the night, the first day I understood ki, acha, okay, I have to have it. Can't order it from anywhere. So the next day I called for 2 bhujia packets. Okay.
Hmm.
In the middle of the night, had one bhujia packet. Then after some time, had again. This continued. This continued for a month, that every single day I had to eat my bhujia packet. And I started to get all worked up about this bhujia because I was like, what the hell is happening? I've never had
Hmm.
fried food. And now why am I doing this? Oh my God, this is so bad. Well, this is only the beginning because now money just threw open the gates. And now it was like, okay, now I'm feeling craving for mithai. And the
Hmm.
mithai ka craving will not stop at 2 gulab jamuns.
Hmm.
I have to have about 6 or 8 of them. Yeah. And as this happened, well, so many fears came up. And that is when he actually told me that whatever is going in you is Amrit.
Amrit.
So that is there for every addiction. I'm not just talking about this addiction. I'm
Hmm.
just talking about every other addiction. If people who are listening in, if they think that they're addicted to alcohol or drugs or whatever the things of addiction might be, the process is this. The process is this alone for you to be able to come out of your addiction. Firstly, release your fear of that which you are addicted to, because you are having it, and then because you are sitting in the place that it's bad for me, this program itself is not serving you. The program is a non-serving program which will give you even more fear, because now this has simply become a trigger for you to sit in fear. So funny that I was happily a drinker. I never had this program for my alcohol, but I had it for fried food. And that's how limited our logic is.
Hmm.
Probably, what is it called? Liver cirrhosis will kill me more than a bhujia will. But I'm not looking at that. I love my, my cosmopolitans and my drinks, whatever, all of those cocktails that I drink. I love them. So I'm not thinking that those are my addictions, but this fried food was something that I didn't want it, because no, it's bad for my body. It's bad for my body. And today, when I'm listening to so many people who've never had a drop of alcohol in their lives, they have bad liver and they're still dying. But why are they dying from cirrhosis? Because that can come in any which way.
But
So the myth.
what's the difference between craving and fear? तो देख मेरे को fear भी नहीं है, and I have a binge drinking issue, so I don't drink every day, but when I drink, I will binge drink. And I was sober for last 8 months too. But I think I don't have the fear because thanks to your program, the awareness is coming, and then when I'm getting these cravings, I'm doing the releases, and I'm saying my body is telling me, love me. There is a lack coming. I'm doing these things, and 2 times out of 5 or 10,
So
I'm succeeding. Huh.
craving is the body response to something. It wants something.
Hmm.
It wants something. Now, then the emotion is the energy response to it. So when I get a craving, the body is asking for bhujia.
Hmm.
And that is the craving. So the body
Hmm.
wants it, the body got it. उसने तो 10 साल मैंने भुजिया जो नहीं खाई, वो it I polished off that much bhujia in 3 months. And my body is like, okay, my quota of bhujia is here.
Hmm.
Good job. So the craving is coming from the body. And then what is the craving created in you in terms of the energies? That you will find out. So this, when I'm eating, when I'm giving into my craving, and when I'm not giving into my craving, they are going to
Hmm.
be two different kinds of emotions. Yeah. So even when I'm not giving into the craving, I might not be giving in from fear.
Fear.
From fear, not giving
Yeah.
into the craving, from
Yes.
fear. Then look at that. Look at that fear and release the fear. And then the craving might go away. So my cravings went away for bhujia after 3 months or 4 months. And now I happily eat it. When I feel like it, I eat it. When I don't feel like it, I don't eat it. But all
Yeah.
of that suppression that I did for 15
Hmm.
years, it came out in one shot.
Hmm.
15 years, and my bhujia said, okay, now I'm going to eat bhujia. Jo karna hai tere ko kar le. That's how it works. So that is how we understand that the fear behind the word addiction is to be looked into. The
Hmm.
judgment behind the word is to be looked into. It's not about the it's not about the thing that has become a trigger. It is about that which we are experiencing. And that experience might be different on a different day. On some days, I might feel very, very satiated and happy having given in to my craving. And on some days, I might just be feeling extremely guilty and judging myself for having given into my cravings. So the experience might be the same on the outside, but the emotions can be completely different. And that is why the work is every day. The work is for us to look within every single day. Yeah, are you good? More questions? Okay. All right, so let's go through this. So much sense in this nonsense. इतनी नॉनसेंस बात पे भी कोई स्कोप है कोई scope नहीं for any questions or
Can
argument.
can
That's
I
it.
ask? Oh, because
Yeah, yeah.
there's the other. So I've worked with. I live in London, and now ADHD and bipolar is quite. It's being diagnosed a lot, and so many of my friends suffer from it. And I've also lost three friends to drugs, crystal meth addiction, and the addiction is also quite big here in London. And so this is where my conflict is coming from when you're saying it's energy, because with these people, and I've seen when they're on medication, they are better. And I've really seen the physiological and emotional impact. Some of them, through because of these addictions, have driven them to psychosis. And now they are taking even more psychotic drugs to make them feel normal. And I really, my heart reaches out to them. I want to help them. And and what you're saying, it's very conflicting right now.
Yes, of course it's conflicting. It is because in one space you're coming from the body, and then you're looking at your friends, and there's an attachment to the friends, and you want to help them, saying that I can help them. Yeah. The body can help them. I can take them to the doctors. The doctors can help them with the medication and everything, everything. Absolutely. This is the body at play. This is going to be completely different in this particular case, especially. And that's why I said, if you're listening to me and you're like, what the hell, shouldn't I be saving people or something? What is this woman saying? She's saying, don't save anybody, just let everybody go to the drugs or something, something. And when you look at energies, you learn to honor everyone's energies, including a 2-year-old, knowing that they are not 2 years old. They're not. They have come to experience something. So they are in the space of whatever that what, crystal something you said, whatever that.
Yeah, it's a drug, crystal. It's
Yeah,
become a big addiction issue here.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. As a matter of fact, this time when I went to the US, I saw that with the क्या कहते हैं उसको, what is that other thing that people are smoking?
Gummies and vape,
No, with that other thing that they're smoking, what do you call it? Yeah, that
weed.
weed.
Yeah, yeah, vape. It's become because there's
Okay.
legalized. Yes, it's also
Right. So
semi-legalized
I
here.
saw
Yeah.
that everywhere. I saw that everywhere. And I saw that a lot more people were taking it. And then to say, okay, this legalization has brought it to a problem or whatever. And so many more people are taking it. And for me to understand that even legalization, illegalization, all of the stuff is happening from the collective energy of whoever wants to experience whatever. Okay. To give you an example, and I'm going to take away from this particular thing, but take you to a education system. Okay. We all came into an education system with much competition. We had to stand first. We had to do this. We had to prove ourselves in front of a 40 people thing, whatever, whatever. We came into that education system, and many people will go with this, oh, the education system is bad and it should be changed and everything. And with all of that, now, many years later, it is changing. But guess what? Why is it changing? It's changing because the new gen that's coming up, actually, they've already been through this. They've done this, been there before and everything. And now when they come in for their new life, they want to experience a new education system. Okay. It's not the end. There is no end to this story. Okay. But we get stuck in a story in a particular timeline, this life and that to a particular timeline. And in that moment, we are not considering the other person as energy, only this body. This person needs to be saved because this is the body. But what if that person didn't come for that experience of? And many people will transform, maybe. And they've come for that experience. They've come for the experience of powerfulness, then powerlessness, and then maybe powerfulness again. But maybe somebody's just come to experience powerlessness. Maybe. Now, what will you do? Drag them to powerfulness? Will not work. You can take them to the horse, to the water and all of that stuff, but they are their own Shiva. And they have come to experience on earth polarity and duality, and a part of that is to experience your own powerlessness. Mind you, you might not be on drugs, but have you experienced powerlessness 100 times? So for you, The trigger might be something different. For them, the trigger is a drug. But to understand that everything external to us is simply an actor, and the energy is where we sit. But the minute you turn to a body specific, like, oh, I wish I could help them. Guess whose helplessness are you tuning into? Not theirs. It's yours. I can't help them. I can't help them. Oh my God, I wish I could. I've lost my friends. And how did that make you feel? That's your frequency. You know, just a few days ago, somebody came to me and they said that now the doctor's only given them 2 months to live. They've been going through an illness and now the doctor's given them 2 months to live. And my first reaction was enjoy. Enjoy. Because I tell everybody, with or without a last day in mind, I just tell everybody be in masti, enjoy. And it doesn't change. Okay, you've got 2 months to live. What does it mean? In my parlance, it means, okay, the job of earth is done. This assignment is over. I can move to the next project. Wow. I can go from this place to the 100 places where I don't have to go through polarity, where there's so much of joy and masti. And that's the purpose of those places. I can go there. So I'm not feeling, oh my God, I'm leaving earth or she's leaving earth. I'm simply saying, whatever time you're here for, keep looking within and enjoying yourself. Enjoying, because that is your frequency, and that's the only one that we can work with, your own frequency. And you will keep losing friends. Sometimes they will not even be on drugs and they will still die. Now, who will you blame? When you blame something on the outside, you have forgotten that they are powerful Shivas. Each one, Har Mahadev. The fellow Mahadev himself takes pata nahi kaun sa drugs and has been happy for eternity. Yeah. So not that I take those drugs or something, but I understand that his frequency of masti allows him to do whatever the hell he wants to do, because he sits in the frequency of non-judgment. That frequency of non-judgment allows him to drink poison and keep it here. It allows him, because he's not judging the poison. Everything that I take is love. तो Shiva लेता है poison है क्या? Nobody knows what to do with it. चलो ठीक है, I keep it here. How beautifully you can do that when you come from the program. All that comes into me, everything that I touch is love. Everything that I eat is love. Everything I drink is love. Everything that touches me is love. Everything that I consume is love. And then it cannot have that impact on you. Yeah. But if you're expecting that it should not have that impact on you, there's an outcome right there. So it's not about the outcome. It's simply being in the frequency of non-judgment. That whatever is needed by my body, it'll keep. Whatever is not needed, it'll let go. My stomach is upset. Thank you for the stomach for showing me my helplessness. That's all it's shown to you. Yeah? Are you with me now? You're understanding everybody as Shiva?
Thank you.
For now, you are. Yeah. Okay, then. All right, everyone. Take a deep breath in and exhale. A deep breath in and exhale. And from this conversation today, all of these addictions that just came to you, food, air, water, drugs, whatever addictions that you are on, simply taking a moment to be thankful to them. A deep gratitude to your addictions, smoking, weed, whatever it is that rocks your boat. And sometimes you think in this space, oh, this is not good for me. I should let it go. Or this is not good for them. They shouldn't be doing it. This is your fear. And in this moment right now, looking at the fear and letting it go, and simply being in thankfulness for your own addictions. You can't find an addiction, I already just told you. You are addicted to air. Oh, you are. So, thankfulness for the addictions that you carry. Take a moment to be thankful. If you have 28 addictions, you want to be thanking all 28 of them, right? You might be addicted to people. Thank those people for their presence in your life. Thank them. You might be addicted to habits. So thank your habits. You want to have a bath at 2 in the morning every day. That's your addiction. Thank your habit for whatever it is. And in this space now, being in the space of Shiva, I am Shiva. I am Shiva. You just let go of your judgments. So, in this moment of non judgment, I am Shiva. See yourself as you stand with great joy and power on your mountain, Kailash, and you're standing over there looking all around. A deep sense within you of peace, peace within and everywhere. You look at your hand, the hand is holding the Trishul, and you look at your power in the hand with that Trishul. That's your power. That's your power of love. Look at the Trishul in your hand. It's the Trishul of love. It's your power in your hand. And you thank that weapon of love. You thank that weapon of love. And you look at your hair, and the Ganga is flowing through it, the Ganges flowing through it. You look at your hair. You are Shiva in this moment. Experience that the Ganges, full of life giving water, is flowing through your hair. Look at this. This is your life force. In this moment, this life force of yours, take a moment to be thankful to it. From this life force come all your experiences of this body. So thank this life force for flowing with you, being with you. You, the Shiva, as you stand, take a look at the snake around your neck. The snake around your neck, taking you away from all that is not needed in your body, absorbing all that is not needed. This is your medicine, the universal intelligence in that snake, the money in that snake, the universal intelligence that moves with you every moment. The Vasuki is that universal intelligence, and it is with you at all times. And all that you do and all that you experience is being taken care of by the Vasuki. Your constant elixir, this carries, the Vasuki carries. All the poison from your body, it takes away. It takes it and it keeps it. And that is why now, when you look at your throat, look at your throat, and it holds that poison, and it means nothing to you. What an amazing act of non-judgment you are able to commit when you no longer judge yourself, no longer judge the good and the bad. You move with the intelligence of the entire universe, and nothing can harm you, nothing at all. The poison cannot harm you. To understand that it no longer goes by the name of poison. You've released it. You've released the poison from its poison. Through the frequency of non-judgment, you did that. So, in this moment, putting your focus on the frequency again, I take energy from Shiva. I am Shiva. I am Shiva, and all the resources are available to me. I am Shiva, and so all that I take and all that I let go of, everything is love. And now, finally, take a look at the moon that sits on your head. The beauty that you are, the beauty in this life that you are, reflected by that moon that sits on your head. Take a look at the moon and acknowledge your own beauty. I am thankful for this beautiful self of mine. In this moment, all the judgments released. In this moment, only the beauty of this most powerful being that is you being experienced in this moment. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am love. I am love. Om Mani, Om Mani, Om Mani. All our creations, so much from fear. And so today, taking a look at all of those fears and letting go, whether for the self or for another. It's your fear, and you are Shiva of love. Okay, everyone. Lots and lots of love to all of you. And thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Wonderful to see all of you here. Lots of love. See you again soon. Bye-bye.